The following program is brought to you by His Productions.
You guys are
stretching it right now. Hey, what's up?
Hello, man.
Test that mic. Open mic. 1 2 1 2.
1 2.
1 2 1 2. Buckle my shoe.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Totally Unnecessary Wrestling Podcast, where we discuss some totally unnecessary wrestling. I am your host, Cody James, with your co-host, as always.
Oh, what's up, Cody? This is Kevin Porter, and I'm here to bring the funny today. It's only totally unnecessary wrestling is because we refuse to cover actual professional wrestling that is good and decent. Instead, we drive ourselves every week into the coal mine that is known as WWE, and we're forced to endure Raw and Smackdown. But here we are, man. But we have an all-women's pay-per-view to talk about. We got Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley to talk about.
Speaking of Roman Reigns, I'm surprised it's not even
much.
I'm surprised it's not an all Roman Reigns pay-per-view.
I know, you keep saying it, dude. It's like that's honestly what WWE should have gone with, is an all Roman Reigns pay-per-view where it's Roman Reigns in every single match.
But there is going to be a new female wrestler.
The work rate will be tremendous.
There is going to be a new.
I've heard the rumors. You were telling me the rumors.
Yeah. You want to know their name?
Should we spoil it? I mean, really? The listeners probably don't want to hear it. I mean, but no, go ahead. You've already, cat's out of the bag.
It's going to be Roman Reigns. Gotta get him on every pay-per-view, you know?
Ronda Rousey is gonna get defeated. Oh, man. All right, dude. Yeah, so we witnessed, we're definitely seeing the SummerSlam card shape up in terms of matches being announced this week. I want to start off on a positive note.
Oh,
okay. Well,
and maybe you're on the same way.
Maybe. Okay, go ahead. You first.
Spoiler alert, people.
Break it down, yeah.
Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, that was definitely where I wanted to start off, man. And that is the highlight of the night.
And now people are complaining on Twitter because, what, you haven't faced a bunch of, bottom of the barrel jobbers, and then he's going to go face AJ Styles?
Are people saying Rusev is a jobber? Is that what the internet is implying on this one?
I don't know. He faced Ty Dillinger or someone who doesn't matter.
I love Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
It's a perfect 10, bro. Come on,
and
now.
then he faced R-Truth. And R-Truth is getting a bunch of people behind him, like, what the hell's up with this? He's good. He was a champion in TNA. Like, why doesn't he get a chance or a shot? And, like, did you guys forget at Capital Punishment in 2011 where he faced John Cena for the title? Like,
I'm going to lay it out here. Samoa Joe is a killer. The fact that he only needs 2 warm-up matches just in order to face AJ Styles in the first place, that the management is like, you know what, he did so well in those 2 matches that, hey, let's give him a world title shot. Like, that just speaks volumes of Samoa Joe as the wrestler, my friend, as the killer. Joe's going to kill you. They mean that when the crowd says that. Joe is going to kill you. And Ty Dillinger and R-Truth found that out.
I don't know. Recently. Joe's getting the 1, 2, 3.
And AJ Styles will too.
Joe's gonna get the 1, 2, 3 tan.
You think? I don't know, man. This one's like I automatically I want to call Samoa Joe is like, I want him to go over, but like I have that feeling that he's not. It's not gonna happen.
Well, the reason I say that is because look at the past couple months and the past year and so on, and how they've treated him like as a talent. They haven't treated him well. They haven't treated him well.
They build him up on TV, and don't get me wrong, like his promos are like the highlight of the week, like for me half the time, dude. Like,
his are like the bright TV, spot of
no matter what whether it's just facing R-Truth or Ty Dillinger, man, like those spots are like I've invested, over 10 years of, fandomness towards this guy, this character or whatever.
Maybe not 10 years for me. Like,
I've been aware of him.
But I've been aware of him for quite a while.
Yeah, like I've always been like, dirt sheet centric, I like back like all the way to 1999, dude. And it's just like, as soon as I had the internet, Cody, that's what I researched was wrestling, professional wrestling.
Like a lot of times TNA, they would do stupid shit.
Yeah, but I'd always hear about him in like Ring of Honor though, and I heard about the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, the American Dragon. I have a good knowledge when it comes to all that, and just to see, like, to imagine that in 2018, it's Samoa Joe and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at a main event on SummerSlam. Like, come on,
not
man.
a main event. They will not main event.
True, very true. They're not going to main event.
They can never main event.
They're
It'll
not.
be
AJ Styles,
Brock. It'll be Brock versus Roman Reigns, and I'm telling you right now, they're gonna have more sequels of this fucking feud than Rocky.
we might as well call it now, dude. WrestleMania 40, the rematch of all rematches of all rematches of all rematches. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the final time. That's our main event for
They'll be
WrestleMania
coming
40,
out there.
dude.
They'll be
Look
coming
at-
out there with walkers and fucking.
Well, that's only like 5 years away. Roman's like, he's like our age, so he's like, it's 32. He's in the prime of his career, so.
Yeah, but you gotta
He'll be
remember.
37
You gotta
or
remember,
whatever.
he is not John Cena who can
Yeah.
fucking. He'll be out 6 months and he comes back 6 weeks later. And it's
He's
like,
not superhuman, that's for sure. You
Yeah.
you saying there's going to be some wear and tear eventually?
Well, yeah, he's working every night at house shows. He's at every freaking wrestling event, TV or pay-per-view or whatever.
Right.
Like, eventually he's gonna.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's always going to be wear and tear when it comes to this business.
And unfortunately, because of the way WWE has treated him as a talent and pushed him, and the reason they did this is because he went out for 6 months, I think, because of a hernia. He came back.
It wasn't too long.
Fans were glad
It
to
wasn't too long. It was a couple
6
months.
or something. I think it was 6 months.
It was like he was gone like that happened like September or something, and like he was gone till like November, I think.
No, I think it was longer than that.
Challenge is laid out.
I don't really.
Google search. This will just be
Like,
a
I could be
new
wrong,
subsection.
but I
I
think
could
it was,
be wrong too, dude.
I think it was quite a while because it was a hernia of a certain type that required like a few
Yeah.
months. And when he came back with crowd cheering him and stuff. And
Yeah, he
then
went out.
Then WWE jumped the gun and said, no, we don't want him to have to build up to this and that and the other. We want to just throw him right into the main event. And that's when the fans turned on him.
So Roman Reigns undergoes emergency surgery, Nashville, Tennessee. Takes us back to September 20th of 2014. So he went out in 2014, and then 2015. Well, he was, yeah, dude. It was only for a couple of months, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
back by
that's-
December. Okay, he was back by December.
He was back for the thing, but I don't believe
Yeah.
he got right back into
Roman
wrestling
Reigns
again.
returns to WWE programming during TLC 2014. So, yeah. But, still, within those couple months, I know what you're talking about. That's kind of when the fans started turning on him.
No, that's not when the fans turned on him.
Okay.
The fans turned on him after that, after he came back for
What was the Royal Rumble
Well-
with Daniel Bryan?
What was it that they turned on him because, like, when he came back, it was for, what do they call that? The awards thing that they do in December.
The Slammy Awards.
Okay, he came back for the Slammies. The fans were cheering him, and we're glad to see him back. Then once he started coming back, because I think he only showed back up to do that, but he didn't, he was on what I like to call Shawn Michaels leave, where he shows up on TV occasionally, but he's not wrestling, even though he's
Right.
still injured and so on.
That's right.
But then he, slowly after that, they started pushing him way too fast and way too quickly because, the fans like him, so let's push him. And I think they pushed him way too fast, and the fans were like, fuck you.
Yeah, there's a build, dude. Ever since the Shield fucking, disintegrated in 2014, that was the clear path was Roman Reigns. I mean, that was all the buzz on the internet.
I think that if they had...
He was going to be the next guy.
I think that if they had done it correctly, that he would have gone over a lot better, and he'd not be the...
Well, they should have just gone with Daniel Bryan, dude, and just let it simmer. They should have read the crowd, and they should have been like, all right, our guy isn't Roman Reigns this year. Our guy is Daniel Bryan. That crowd that's paying money to us for this program wants Daniel Bryan. So let's push him again, and it'll be like because he was coming back off injury as well. He'd had that neck surgery. He was coming back. Like, that's the reason the fans turned on him, dude, was because fucking at the Royal Rumble, everybody wanted Daniel Bryan to win, dude. That 2015
Well, once Daniel Bryan got outed,
Royal Rumble,
they were
it
like,
was-
okay, well then how about Bray Wyatt? And he got outed. And then, okay, well how about someone else? And he got thrown out.
It was pretty clear that Roman Reigns was going to win it.
And
as
then
soon as
Roman
Daniel
Reigns
Bryan
won
was
it,
out.
and The Rock came out, and people People
Yeah,
were
he
fucking
came out and
pissed.
endorsed him, and the crowd just booed
They
that
booed The
real-
Rock.
Yeah, they booed The Rock.
They didn't just boo. They were so pissed that they were like, "Fuck you, Rock!" Like, no.
Yeah, that was quite the night, man. That was quite the night.
And then it was so bad that I don't know how bad it was, but some people have even stated that the Connecticut or wherever they were supposed to be the snowstorm or whatever.
Yeah, because the next
wasn't-
night Raw freaking
wasn't
was
so-
preempted because of the snowstorm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they did it at headquarters and
And
stuff.
that was actually a pretty cool spot they did. Like, that was fun. Like, the little sit down that they did that night with Paul Heyman and freaking did that. I enjoyed that. Like,
Yeah, but some people are saying that it was a way to try and what is it called? Damage control. And that it wasn't really as bad as they said, and that they could have possibly still gone with it, and blah, blah, blah. Which, I don't know how bad the snowstorm was, but...
I think it's safe to say that the whole entire, Northeast at that point was pretty shut down, so...
But then they had... They did this angle that night with Dean Ambrose walking to the thing, to the headquarters to do, like, a little promo thing.
Yeah.
At least that was what they said
Yeah.
he did. I mean, he obviously didn't, but I mean, that's...
He's like, I walked all the way from Pittsburgh to Connecticut
Which
on the whim.
is never going to happen, but...
I decided against getting a rental car, even though they were paying me
but still-
more than enough to afford this rental car.
But still, the fans were like, push him, push these people, push someone.
Yeah, dude, the crowd was solidly behind Daniel Bryan dude, at that point. But, it's kind of, fast forward, to kind of loop it back to today. Here we are, about ready to talk about how, once again, they're going with Roman Reigns, against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2018.
It's almost like at this point, they're no
3
longer...
years later, man.
They're no longer a crowd-pleasing company.
Yeah, they're not.
Like, Vince is more
They-
let's read the fans and then go, let's do the opposite of that because fuck you.
Well, because they know that people like us are going to spend our money on this no matter what, and we're just going to sit there and bitch and complain.
Maybe they think they're going to make more money.
We're going to record a podcast about
Maybe
it.
they think people are going to get more money
They just
from
know.
bitching and complaining than
It's
if
Disney,
they-
bro.
If they went the good route.
But even Marvel, even Disney gives you what you want, because the Star Wars movies are pretty good, and so are the Marvel movies.
I don't think so. I think there's too many
It's
of them.
because you hate everything, Cody. You hate everything.
No, I don't.
You have
No, I
a
don't.
dark soul. You're like,
No, I
everything.
don't.
Pop culture is evil, Kevin Porter. Let me tell you this.
Let me tell you this, brother.
Let me tell you this, brother. Now you're not going to go see that movie because that movie's going to charge you $15 and the popcorn's going to be $10. You're going to spend half your paycheck just for 4 people to sit in one freaking theater for 3 hours.
Well, the theaters are pricing themselves out of business. You got to admit that.
It's ridiculous the amount of money.
Even for a matinee, which is typically supposed to be cheaper and stuff.
You take 5 people, dude. That's $100 right there. You take
Just for
5
tickets.
people you take a
Just
normal
for tickets.
Yeah, 3 kids and 2 adults. Boom, that's $100.
And then the little bastards want snacks because you can no longer just kind of sneak them in.
Yeah, you can. They don't check you all the time. Wear cargo shorts. Just don't have enough in your pocket to a warrant. Like, what's that jingle? Hey, look, get that flashlight out, sir. We need to check your pockets.
Just put them in your diaper bag.
Run, son, run.
You run to the theater and you duck down hiding from
You
people.
get some zip ties, lock the doors. Like they're not coming in. You're gonna eat those Skittles.
Kids, eat the Skittles. You wanted them, you little bastards. Eat them.
Those were $6. You better eat all those. You're not getting dinner tonight. That's your dinner.
And then as they try chugging a bunch of Skittles, they end up throwing them.
Damn, my stomach hurts. My stomach hurts.
Oh, man.
So
yeah, maybe they think that they're going to get more, more people on Twitter talking and more, because it's the whole idea of all press is good press.
Yeah.
Sort of like Shudder. I think maybe they figured, we don't have the servers to provide for everyone, but if they just talk a bunch of shit, we're still going to get people trending, so who cares?
Dude, it's Disney. Dude, they're mainstream. They can't do any. It would take a very major thing to happen for that company to go out. That's a well-oiled machine that's going to last for generation upon generation. But
that's the Kiss and 79-80 method.
we're looking at we're going on 40 years now of almost WWE. in less than like was that 7 years or whatever at this point? Like in 2004 in 2024.
Yes, but with
I'm having trouble going into the future.
With their
That's gonna be WrestleMania 40, bro.
With their current model, though, they're in a position where people might go once or twice because it's the Ringling Bros or it's the P.T. Barnum or it's
eventually the Ringling Bros went out of Briz. Yeah, definitely. Just recently.
Yeah.
Last like a couple of years.
because those aren't the guys who are gonna show up every time they're in town. Those are the people that are like, well, I checked that off, so.
Well, hopefully, generations upon generations, once we get to 2075, Triple H's, great grandson is going to, have.
And he's going to be the cyborg.
The grapefruits to operate the family business. My great grandfather, Vince McMahon, started this company, Cody.
Not if he takes all the HGH that his dad does.
Ooh, brother. I am the game, Cody. Because I tried the hardest. So
Did
let's
you really say that at some point?
No, I made that one.
Let's start off with the first thing we saw this week.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon announces the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, which got a solid...
Apparently people on Twitter were happy about this, but I'm like, this is... No.
No, man, I'm open for this one, okay? Like, hear me out, man. Like, the women can put on some pretty good matches, dude. The quality of wrestling across the board...
Okay, let's separate two things here. The women can put on great matches, but creative cannot.
Okay, I see where your lack of faith comes in.
Who was behind
WWE
behind the women matches at Extreme Rules? Creative.
Probably Michael Hayes. Well,
it was probably creative. And since creative can't do anything correctly, apparently,
Bad Street USA, brother.
I do not have much faith in this, considering what we just saw at the last pay-per-view with the women's matches being pretty much at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, they're gonna give it a solid 3 months of promotion, okay? Because the pay-per-view is appropriately called Evolution on October 28th this year. So I remember, I'm very optimistic that they could put a solid card together, and I'm interested. Just like I don't know, all these like little specials that they do, like I don't know. I'm generally interested in. Why is that?
Well, look at when Hell in a Cell is.
Finally, dude, those theme pay-per-views need to go, dude. I'm so sick just because, like, oh, it's October. We need to have a Hell in a Cell match. Like, there's
no, it's not going to be in October anymore.
When are they putting it?
September.
So they're still having it then. So.
They're still having it, but it needs to be in October.
He was like, this is tradition. It's been set in place since 2009.
Well, no, it started off as kind of like a horror theme sort of. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I remember that first one. They had Undertaker versus CM Punk.
No.
Well, the very first Hell in a Cell match.
No.
We're talking like Hell, like.
Oh, are you talking like Hell in
the
a Cell
themed pay-per-view? Yeah, the themed pay-per-view's got to go. Like the match, they shouldn't have to. It shouldn't just be like October automatically. Oh well, we have to have that match, so let's have that match. The story should dictate when that match comes into play. Like
right,
it should happen in like a May or a June or a July. Whenever the storyline warrants that type of freaking match, that's when.
Because I was gonna say
no. We're definitely Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, what?
I remember seeing that live, bro.
I saw it live too.
That was
and then
awesome.
Kane came out.
Dude,
I was so scared that night.
Dude.
Not that night, but a couple months later when
Brian Pillman died that night too, so it was like a real fucking mind fuck, dude.
Yeah,
it really was it for me because I was
young.
We watch wrestling every week. I like Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman was great.
Dead?
He was underrated. He was underrated as hell. He didn't get the push in WCW that he deserved. His issues and his injuries and stuff derailed him in WWF.
His drugs and everything, dude. Like have you seen his kid? It's Brian Pillman Jr.
Huh.
It's dude. He's got the mullet. He's totally just he's flying Brian Jr. Bro.
Well, he's in
Major League Wrestling. He's paired up with Davey Hart Smith and.
Davey Hart Smith kind of looks like his dad as well.
Yeah, he's a lot taller than him though. The British Bulldog was a lot shorter.
The British Bulldog was like a manlet.
And Teddy Hart, and he's like the nephew of Owen and Brett and Davey.
So they just threw a bunch of the kids together.
Yeah, but dude,
they'd be a great.
Teddy and Davey, they have the history, and then you just throw Brian.
I would say the WWF needs to bring them over as a stable.
Got some good stuff going.
As a stable, but you know what's going to happen, right?
Dude, I have no faith in WWE.
The second they come over, they're going to be like. They're gonna do that stupid stunt where they back up against each other and they're gonna be like, and then fight and then there goes the stable that they brought over. And it's like, what did you do that for?
Look what they did with the Hardys, dude.
Look what they did with AOP, the Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
The second they come out with, oh, this is badass. We got an old school tag team with a manager.
Nope.
No, we don't. And now what have they done since?
Nothing.
They're like
And
half
we'll
a step
continue
above.
to do
They're half
nothing.
a step above of say like Ascension.
Exactly. And it took weeks. The Ascension was a somewhat of a gradual downfall, it felt like. But this was weeks, days, hours.
The problem with the Ascension, I think, is that they got called, what were they called? Demolition. They got called Demolition 2.0 and stuff.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the whole thing, even going back to NXT, was a Demolition ripoff in a sense. That whole throwback. But dude, in NXT, it was like that throwback worked. Like, I don't know, it was awesome. It was presented as a legitimate threat. They presented them as a legitimate threat.
Then they came over and it was like.
Then it was a complete joke because that segment with DX and freaking the NWO and that stupid
That's from what I read.
Calling out the old school attitude era, brother. Like a bunch of people I never need to see again on my TV.
I think that needs to go.
I never want to see an attitude reunion ever again, dude.
Because at this point,
I don't want to see that.
For multiple reasons. Like, one reason you could look at is because, like, you get the old guys in there, and not only are they old, but they also look more manly than the guys in there now. And you just see this comparison, and you're like, what the hell's up with these guys? Like,
I don't know, man.
and then
I've seen. I don't need to see Shawn Michaels. I don't need to see Billy Gunn.
I don't need to see Shawn Michaels do the super kick anymore. Like,
Yeah.
can we not do that?
I see Dolph Ziggler do it 20 times a week on freaking TV.
Yeah.
You see Seth Rollins do it. Everybody does a super kick.
Yeah, everyone's
No one
doing
does
the
it better
super
than the
kick.
Young Bucks, though, hands down.
No one does it better than Shawn Michaels. Can we just get rid of it, please?
It's a fun move. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's a kick.
It's a fun move. How
is it a fun move? It's a kick.
Because you can hit. It was one of those moves that you could just hit out of nowhere.
And then
you're just
then,
crouched up, pow, super kick. You're done. 1, 2, 3, match over, dude.
But then when Shawn Michaels started doing it, he started doing the whole, tuning up the band thing.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
And then I don't remember who it was. Was it? Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins didn't know what he was going to tune up the band with, and it was like, what are you doing?
No, he's doing burn it down. Burn it. That's what they were getting the crowd to do. Recently,
is that why he does it with both legs?
He does it with both legs?
Yes.
That's horrible.
That's what I'm getting at. Did you not see that?
I did see
I think I mentioned it to you.
I'm pretty sure you did mention it to me.
But it was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's bad creative, bro. It's bad creative.
So then I guess we need to get back to the second segment of Raw. After the awful.
Well, good luck.
Well, real quick, Stephanie McMahon, she needs to get off my TV.
I don't ever need to see Stephanie McMahon ever again on my TV.
Unless she's going to do like a lesbian scene with one of the hot chicks on the roster. Like, can we just get her off?
Can't say that, Cody. It's 2018. You can't say that.
Whatever.
You can't say that.
Whatever. But I mean, it was awful. It was cringeworthy.
What was even worse was...
Did you see the segment?
I did see the segment.
It was cringeworthy.
Vince McMahon... Well, dude, because they're just like, hey, look at us. We're doing such a good job. We're corporate, America. We do care, It's like...
Well, see, that was the whole thing about
it was just,
WWE and say that
they hit you over the head way too hard with it.
The thing in the 80s and 90s was they weren't corporate.
They were corporate, but they weren't corporate.
They were corporate in a sense in the way they ran things backstage, but they didn't bring it out and show you in front of the stage.
Well, in our next segment of the night, Cody, we saw Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team versus Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, which we got a solid C grade from the Bleacher Report. The B Team defeated Wyatt and Hardy by pinfall to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships.
I get that they want to get this out of the way and move on, but it should have been at a pay-per-view because now they look weak. Because now they look like, they can't even run on Raw. Like, they were losing matches in singles versus whomever it was.
So is this the match that we're going to get at SummerSlam then? Are we getting Hardy and Wyatt again versus the B Team?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
But I'm saying that they should have had it. I'm saying that they should have had it. I'm saying that they should have had it at SummerSlam. Because now it looks like Bray and Hardy are weak.
Well, it's like they're teasing the split now between them. They're like getting frustrated. It's like, dude, you guys have only been a team for like
2 months.
Like a pocket full of quarters and some change, bro. Like not that long. So in a sense, if that's what we're getting at SummerSlam, like it kind of
I'd
seems like we
almost
may be
rather-
getting a bunch of rematches at SummerSlam.
I hope the Hardys go back to TNA, to be honest.
Go back to Impact.
To be honest.
Get out of here.
To be really honest. Because TNA would at least allow them on their off time to go do things outside of TNA, so you'd get them in TNA and you'd get them at Ring of Honor.
Very healthy level because they're getting time off and stuff.
And elsewhere, because they record like 3 months.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, right? We
3
record
months in
6
advance?
months of television in 2 nights. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no, I think they do 3 months, but you get what I'm saying. My only issue with that is when you do 3 months, by the time it gets to, airing the first TV piece, people already have it on
That's why you just avoid spoilers, Cody. You don't look at the spoilers. Don't go to the message boards.
Well, it's not only just that, it's all over Wikipedia. And it's like, what? They'll say stuff from September, December 2018, and it's like,
It's only freaking June.
and I'll look at my watch and I'm like, it's only July. What are you because they record so far in advance and everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
Well,
They just recorded TV this last week in Toronto, which, dude, we should make mention of that pay-per-view, the Slammiversary show from this
I
past
didn't
Sunday.
see it, and
I didn't see it either, but the word coming off it's really good.
The one thing I have a problem with is I have the stupid their network, and it's like, why is it not on there? I mean, I get it that it's not going to be on there the night it happens.
It's because they want the pay-per-view buys, dude. They want you to spend the $40, to get it on pay-per-view. What's the point of it? Yeah. Even Ring of Honor gives their pay-per-views on their streaming site now.
And I'm not saying it should be streamed live.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it
how
should
long
be
does
there
it
that
take
week.
for how long?
I don't know.
They
I
don't-
gave up because I looked like 2 weeks after their last pay-per-view in
Yeah.
April.
Yeah.
I think it was April.
They're just trying to get
And it
you
wasn't
spent
on
money.
there, and I was like,
But apparently, I did watch the Sami Callihan. I think it was Sami Callihan.
I think there's. Well,
versus
you're looking that up. I
Pentagon?
think they're still very much in a beta stage, and when they get out of this beta stage and they get more, where it should be.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that they need to stream shit.
Sami Callihan brutalizes Pentagon Jr. with steel spike at Slammiversary, dude. Dude, Sami Callihan, man, have you looked into this guy?
Not really.
He's a pretty cool dude. There's a lot of cool wrestlers on the independent scene. Like, we almost need to scrap WWF or something.
Yeah, but is that going to be interesting?
Dude, I think so, because there are people out there that listen and are fans of professional wrestling. So anybody that actually is willing to listen to our show every week,
Well, I wish people
knows
would
what
comment.
we're talking.
I wish
We're
people
not-
who watch
we're not-
would comment. Do they watch or not watch? But
I
do they
don't-
listen because they like to hear us bitch
We're
and
not getting
complain?
okay. So there's two types of wrestling fans, right, dudes. You got your smart wrestling fans, the people that pay attention to the internet, kind of have a general sense of the background of exactly everything that's going on because you kind of obsess over it. And then you also have what I like to call Walmart wrestling fans, and those are your typical ones. Hey, Sally, John Cena's gonna be on. He's gonna be fighting The Rock on Sunday. We should spend those $40 and get that pay-per-view. There's two different types of wrestling fans, and
Well, those are wrestling
the
fans
type of
who
people
like
that
to
listen to us aren't those Walmart wrestling
Well, we don't know
fans.
because they don't comment.
They like to stay private, Cody.
Apparently so.
These people like to sit in
Are
the
we sure they're not
darkness
Russian bots?
as they have their headphones in.
Are we sure they're not wrestling?
Are you
Russian
accusing the
bots?
Russians of tampering with our podcast?
Apparently so.
These are some strong claims, Cody James. So,
But see, my thing is that there are people who kind of are interested in wrestling in 2018 to sort of, make fun of WWE and that
it's
sort of
definitely
thing.
easy to make fun of.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's wrestling fans that are kind of more like, well, fuck WWE, but I'm not going to spend my time listening and making fun of it. I'm going to go watch something else. So
See,
the problem is unless we do this daily, which I don't think we're going to be doing
no.
anytime
You
soon.
come back once a week. You just talk a little bit about TV. You just Ring of Honor has weekly television. Impact has weekly television. We could talk about what's going on locally in the Pacific Northwest because you got Defy Pro Wrestling up there in Seattle, man.
Well, I'll leave that up to you
So-
to watch the Defy. Is that what it is?
Dude, I'm trying to go on the 10th, man. You should roll with me. You want
Where
to
is
go?
it?
It's in Seattle. It's at the Washington State Union Hall or something. And it's up off Capitol Hill.
Is it going to be standing room only, or are we
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
sitting-
you get standing room only tickets, but you stand you're right there, dude. What's his name? Dude, he's the UK champion. Pete
The only
Dunne.
thing is
Pete
that I
Dunne's
don't-
gonna be there, bro.
The only thing
Pete
is
Dunne's
I
gonna
don't
be
know
there.
if I'm gonna want to stand there for 3 hours.
Oh, dude,
watching
don't
wrestling.
bitch and complain. Come on, let's go see some pro wrestling. We'll drive out we'll go up there. We'll make a day of it. We'll get some burgers at the end. We'll go to Dick's. It'll be a great time. We'll drive back at 2:00 in the morning. You'll have that, and you'll get to see Pete Dunne up close. You'll get to see Shane Strickland, the current Defy world champion. Oh yeah, so that's what happened last Friday. They had a showdown because they run shows mainly in Seattle and Portland, and so
Makes sense.
Yeah, so Austin.
I'd actually rather go to Portland because I've never been to Portland.
The last show that I went to was in Seattle, and Austin Aries defeated Shane Strickland to become only the second Defy World Heavyweight Champion. Because you remember, Austin Aries, he's the belt collector, right? So he's
He
collecting
finally
belts.
lost it.
This last Friday, he lost it back to Shane Strickland down there in
Nice.
Portland. So
That kind of seems to be where he's at now, where he's kind of like losing titles.
well, dude, you can't go on forever, in
Yeah, I
terms
get
of,
that, but I mean,
But yeah, man, dude, like bringing up the website here, man, like
he
it's
still does great matches though,
Like
from what
Johnny-
I understand and what I've been able to
like
catch.
last week they had Johnny Defiance. You know who Johnny Defiance is? Johnny Impact, bro.
Yeah,
They're
Johnny
bringing
Impact,
in the
Johnny
names.
Mundo, Johnny Morrison.
He faced this dude named Randy Myers, man.
Didn't I make some joke that if they brought him back to WWE, if he's gonna have to be like Johnny?
Johnny WWE, bro, or Johnny Raw, Johnny
Well,
Smackdown.
I came up with something, but I don't
Did you?
remember I don't remember what it was.
Right.
But it was some joke about him coming back to WWE, and is he gonna have to have a Johnny something or other that references the company, even though they own the rights to Johnny Morrison, whatever.
Cody, we've been enthralled with the group of people.
Apparently so.
All right, man. Well, dude, let's go ahead and just wrap it up for this week. But in the same sense, man, like I know we didn't cover everything WWE, but man, definitely I think moving forward, fuck WWE, bro. Fuck WWE, and let's start covering some better wrestling. We gotta be a positive podcast.
We never even really gone over SmackDown.
Yeah, well, the Randy Orton promo was pretty badass. Randy Orton is a bad guy, is fucking awesome. That's money.
Which is great because I'm getting bored of Randy Orton as a face.
We got Rusev versus Andre Cien Almas.
Like it's almost like when he does his face character, he doesn't even know what to do.
Randy Orton's he's always said in interviews how he much preferred being a bad guy over being a good guy. So,
Makes
dude, he had like a
sense.
2-year run as a good guy there. So good for him, man, dude. And his promo was money. His promo, he's like, I wasn't on the independent scene. I've been in the big leagues for 16 whole years and da 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 da. Dude, it was awesome. Like
I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but hopefully they do something better with him than they've been doing with some of the other
Well, it
guys.
kind of seems like they're going towards the Shinsuke Nakamura, Jeff Hardy, like Randy Orton triple threat match for the U.S. title at SummerSlam, which I don't necessarily like the whole Shinsuke like being involved with it. It's like, what's the point? Now he's second fiddle heel, dude. Like, he's just playing second fiddle to Randy Orton's badass heel now.
And Joe. Which Joe isn't even really a heel, is he? He's kind of more like of the face with like heel tendencies or something.
He's a hybrid, bro.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's that gray, bro. Oh, we saw freaking. I thought the way that they did the whole setup in terms of like having
James Ellsworth
get fired, like he was never signed to a contract.
He needs to go.
He's gone, dude. He's gone.
Good.
So, but I liked it because it wasn't like that typical like, oh, you gotta face him in a #1 contenders match and bullshit, like all that garbage. Like it was actually like he just comes out and freaking then he just signs. It's like, oh, like
he puts him in
the coquina clutch.
Yeah, the coquina clutch.
Yeah.
Puts him in that.
That was dope, dude. That
Fucking
was dope.
AJ Styles, he passes out or whatever, signs the thing, and
Yeah.
segment over.
We're going to see Becky Lynch versus Carmella, which, again, they gave the match away before SummerSlam. But, I'm glad to see Becky Lynch rolling into SummerSlam to face Carmella for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, dude. Pretty stoked.
At least that'll be something to look forward to.
Hopefully Carmella just ends up losing it. I wonder what they're going to do with Asuka and Charlotte. Because you think they're both going to be back. They're going to have some sort of match. It's going to be a 6-hour pay-per-view, dude. Of course they're going to have like...
It's going to be 12 hours.
It's going to be 12 hours, bro. We're going from 12 to 12, bro. Come on. We're going to Brooklyn, dude. No sleep till Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
And then once you get to Brooklyn, you're not sleeping either because then you got to watch the stupid shows.
Well, no. Once you get to Brooklyn,
Yeah.
you're in the state that never sleeps, or
That's
whatever
right.
they call
That's
it.
right. City that never sleeps. So then we also saw our tag team #1 contenders tournament, which was oddly like announced on a Saturday. I hate how they do that. It's like, why can't they just wait till TV? Why do they got to utilize social media? What if I'm taking a break from social media, WWE? Maybe if I didn't see that, then I guess I'm finding out on Tuesday. But I don't know. Fuck 2018, man.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to something else we're planning on doing that I don't think we were allowed to talk about quite yet, but I'm getting some ideas.
We're
for
going.
it and
We're going. We're moving. We're moving on that end.
starting to get some followers, so I can hopefully pimp the podcast out when we do it. When we do it, I don't even want to say the month, because if I do,
Bare minimum, we're looking for 1 million downloads. Easy. And it's something easily accomplished for something like that. For people like us, Cody, we can easily draw 1 million people to come.
I'm almost tempted to put some feelers out on Twitter and just see what response I get. Contacting some people and be like, hey, you want to be on this podcast? We may have you, on an episode, or we may have you on like a bonus episode. Or
Yeah, we should start a Patreon and just be like, hey guys, you guys should just give us money so I don't have to do my day job anymore.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Pay me money. I know, it's like on the hosting site, it's like you can run ads like to try to make money and stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I hate
not
fucking
doing that.
ads, dude. Like, I'm not looking to make money, so this is just for fun.
But I'm just saying that, like, I might put out feelers to a couple people to see, if
we always welcome guests, anybody.
if they'd be willing to come on, because then they have followers and they can pump out the.
It's all about networking, bro.
Yeah.
It's all about networking.
I'll discuss that with you later as to who I'm talking about. But
there you go.
If I say it on here, they're gonna go, well, now we know what they're gonna plan on doing and when they're gonna plan on doing it.
That's why you get your cards. You're showing your cards right now, but then you're like, nope.
I'm showing that I have cards. I'm just not showing them.
That's right. So we saw in another case of WWE 50-50 booking, we saw New Day defeat Sanity, which
Why?
I was cool with Sanity winning 2 out of the 3 matches that they've had in the last 10 days. But New Day advances in the tag team tournament, dude. We saw the return of the Bar.
Well, aren't we trying to
Sheamus
build
and
Sanity?
Cesaro. That's what I thought, but apparently they're not, because they're getting jobbed out in the tag team tournament.
Apparently so.
I want to see Sanity versus Bludgeon Brothers, dude. Come on, book that, Vince. Book it, Road Dogg. Come on. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
They're not gonna book that until it's a year and a half from now, and no one wants to see it.
Hey, why don't we get around to that Sanity versus Bludgeon Brothers feud? Vince, it's 2022. Come on, man.
Like, that was 4 years ago. We don't care anymore. We're into bigger and better things.
Quite possibly was a very, very fun segment, in my opinion. Got a C from the Bleacher Report, but with the Miz and Mrs. World Premiere Party. No,
we are not talking about this.
All right. I will give you the benefit of the doubt, and I just gotta say, I'm looking forward to the Daniel Bryan versus Miz match at SummerSlam. I'm looking forward to it.
And the reason we're not talking about this is because it's probably done by Ryan Seacrest, like the Total Divas and Total Bellas and Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and just no to all of this. No to all of it.
Just no.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan's been turned into like a casualty of reality television.
Yeah.
Have fun. You used to be the American Dragon, now you're the American Dad, bro. Come on.
Yeah, have fun on Total Bellas, buddy.
They're gonna have total dads.
Do not give them any ideas, please.
Because they clearly listen to us. They're like, yo, Cody said Brock was gonna. Roman Reigns is gonna beat Bobby Lashley. Let's book it. Here we are, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the millionth time. I don't know.
I'm telling you, there's gonna be more sequels to this feud than the Rocky series.
That's right. So, I don't know, man. That's it. That's it for this week. I don't know. I was trying to go out on a high note. I was like, man, think of something witty, Kevin Porter. Come on, go out on a fucking
positive
high note.
and stuff.
We got a worldwide audience in front of us right now. People are paying attention. They're like, hey, what are you guys doing over there? We're like, hey, we're recording the Totally Unnecessary Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on Facebook. We got a Facebook page. Come like it. That's right. On that note.
I don't know. There's not really much to... I think we're going to start watching NXT, because at least they got something going on.
I think next week we have homework, bro. We both have to watch one thing besides WWE, and then we got to talk about it next week. And And we'll add that to the podcast and we'll keep growing it, dude. This is an organic vegetable, bro. It's a living,
by next
breathing
year, we'll be doing
organism.
a 3-hour.
We're going to be doing a 3-hour podcast easily next week, dude.
No, not next week. I mean, within the next year.
Welcome to the Totally Unnecessary Wrestling Podcast. This version is 4 hours long. I hope you have food with you and proper hydration. Snacks
and a bottle of water.
Are you driving somewhere that requires 6 hours of driving? Good.
Because that's going to be you for the next 4 hours.
That's right. That's right. All right, man. Time to catch up.
Anyways, we're finishing this one. I don't even. It's kind of like that Simpsons episode where they're like, how did they put it? I don't even remember how they put it, but they were basically like, so is this resolved or whatever? And they're like, I don't know. This is just the end.
This is just the end. You know.
We didn't really know if it's resolved or not. It's just we're moving on.
Well, yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, where I will continue to hint at something else we're planning on doing soon.
Yeah, we shall hint a little bit more next week then.
Yeah, so take care, folks.
Take care, folks. Have a good night and brush your fucking teeth.
Yeah, because no one wants to smell your casserole breath.